Welcome to Notes for the Exam Hour. I'm Sunny16, where we'll be defining several of the definitions needed on the test for this Thursday. The first one is bracketing. You bracket to ensure proper exposure and insurance. From a metered indicated exposure, you over and underexpose, that would be bracketing. Shutter, how fast the shutter opens, controlling light in a length of time, is going to be on the test. Aperture as well, controlling light with f-stops, controlling the depth of field. There are many other terms on the test this Thursday that will be true and false. Saturation is brilliance in color, that is true. Hue is the value of the color, which is also true. There's a standard RGB in the color wheel and an Adobe sRGB in digital photos, but Adobe sRGB will catch you if you're not careful. Walgreens can't handle it when they go to print your photo, so it's nice to stay in that RGB if you plan on printing anything. Standard color films and digital are balanced to the sunlight or daylight or white light. Depth of field, another definition in a focus area, it's the plane of focus, our area of focus. That's the depth of field, the plane of focus. A simple artistic definition of composition, an arrangement of visual elements. An arrangement of visual elements. Films will also be talking about ISO ratings and deciding what number fits in what category. Slow, fast, medium, and ultra fast, in the wrong order there. Slow, medium, fast, and ultra fast are the options there. Hard light is direct light. The angle of incidence is the angle that the light strikes the object. Again, that's the angle of incidence. Which light reveals more texture? That's going to be the side light, as you can purely see more things from the side than you can right in front of you or right behind you. Your center of interest was where we're looking in the photo. That's where the object is that the viewer is drawn to. You're going to want to pre-visualize. What will the photo look like? Pre-visualize. What is the photo going to look like prior to actually capturing the image? Fill light. That is when you modify the shadows caused by the light. Silhouette is a bright background where the subject is not exposed, and basically you see the background but not the subject because they are too dark to be made out. Sunny16 rule is always rearing its ugly head again. It's where you're determining your exposure on a bright sunny day using the rule F16 at 1 over ISO equals your shutter speed. 4 types of cameras also will play on the test. That's SLR, TLR, the twin lens reflex, Viewfinder or Rangefinder, and View camera. A high key photo is overexposed 1 to 2 stops. That is true. Indoor lighting is green light, not white. Outdoor lighting is white light. There are 3 types of lenses, wide angle, telephoto, and standard, and you probably have 1 to more of those. To reduce the contrast of a scene, what type of light do we want to use? You want to use diffused light because it would be high contrast if it was direct light or hard light. You want to reduce the contrast with diffused light. Grain and pixilation, he's going to give you several options and ask you what does not fit in the other areas, and you're just going to have to go with your homework studying on this one. But in this example, he says film speed, overexposure, enlargements, and underdevelops. Which one does not fit in the grain and pixilation area? And all of us know underdevelop does not have anything to do with the pixilation. The color composition, primary, analogous, contrasting, and soft. They're asking which one, again, is not part of color and composition. Well, soft, because soft is a light, not color composition. Then it's asking for 6 guidelines of composition. You can do point of view, avoiding those mergers, lines, rule of thirds, framing, figure ground relationship, balance, and simplicity. That'll get you out of that one. Explain what figure to ground relationship is. Well, that is where your subject is the primary and everything else around your subject is the ground. We're going to want you to calculate Sunny16. Remember that it's an equivalent. And to go up on one side, you go down on the other. So if you F up, you shutter down, and vice versa. He'll also talk about what characters do not belong without a terminal containerization. He gave 4 examples: resolution, exposure latitude, shutter or ASA, ISO. And shutter has nothing to do with the rest of those light The RAW and JPEG TIFF formats are what we use for photos. We do not use .doc. That would be for Microsoft Word. And if you're using Microsoft Word to manage your photos, you're in the wrong class. Slow speeds, sensors require more exposure than faster speeds. That's an ISO. Slow speeds or sensors require more exposures than faster speeds. One stopped underexposed from 5.6 is f8, and 125 is 250 to go under. So to get underexposure, you raise the number. To get overexposure, you go the other direction. So it's kind of a game that they like to play with us. So there you have it. Good luck on your test. This has been a fun broadcast. I hope you have a wonderful day.